Hello, this is Project 1 of CS50's Web Programming with Python and JavaScript. In this project, we implemented a bunch of functionality with Django to source code that was given to us to make a small wiki-style web app. The first task given to us is the entry page. The entry page should load each saved entry in the encyclopedia when it's called. If a page does not exist, we should go to an error page, and if it does, the article should load just like so. These are all Markdown files saved on disk that we load into the web app. Next is the index page, which should show a working link to each entry and load them accordingly when they're clicked. These links are not hard-coded in HTML, but rather use something closer to a search function or relative path, which makes Django web apps more scalable than just HTML. After that is the search function, which works as one would imagine. It should load articles in case of an exact match, or show a list of partial matches if any exist. Now, I can't help but play with things a little bit, so I extended the path to allow searches via URL, and that works just like it does in the form. But if you were to try to go to just search, it redirects to the index. This brings us to the new page function. By clicking on new page, we get brought to this form with input for title and a text area to write the text using Markdown language. The save button saves that to disk as a Markdown file, and here we see the new entry. I also extended the URL on this one for a bit just for fun. And by trying to create this article, we get a pre-populated input for title. Next is the edit function. By clicking the edit link below an article, we see a pre-populated form to edit in Markdown language. Let's make this entry more accurate. As you can probably imagine, I played with this a bit too, and we can either edit an existing article, or I added a URL redirect to the create page function if we try to edit a page that doesn't exist. The random page link does just what it says, but I also refined it to exclude the current page from the random choices. Finally, a brief look at Markdown to HTML conversion. I used the suggested library to convert Markdown to HTML because why reinvent the wheel? The best way to show this conversion, I think, is in the edit function. In edit, we are adding and removing text elements to edit the article, but we're also adding and removing Markdown elements, which change how the article or entry is displayed. And we can see this a little bit more clearly if we just remove the Markdown elements. You see it changed the way that it was rendered. As all of this text is actually rendered in HTML, even though it's written in Markdown language, we can see that Markdown to HTML conversion is functioning. I have to admit my eyes crossed a bit the first time I saw the distribution code for this and the specs for the project, but I think I came through pretty well, and we'll be looking forward to the next one.